Okay, welcome to the Dutchman's Wood Shack. Tonight is the Dutchman's Plane Shack. I'm restoring planes. Well, I've got a bunch here that I've done. One, two, three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. I got about 10 planes that I'm working on. I just picked up two more at a antique dealer. Here's one to show you. I don't know if I showed you this earlier, but this is what I put in. Uh, this is what I put in the crock pot yesterday. Okay, so see that it's this is Osage. I'm kind of doing weird stuff, but so, again, I still have issues. I don't know why, but anyway, I put stoner on this, so it came right out. So yeah, so now the idea here with this, anyway, it's still I'm going to take a bunch of this off. And this is going to be because there's another piece that's in here. And I'm just going to make a tenon in here. I mean, a mortise, so that my chuck can be on here. That's what. This, I'm just going to try and figure out a way I can center it and then gouge it out slowly. Because I wanted that tear look. Um, and it's kind of a yellowish green stuff I use. I don't know. I still haven't gotten that right. But anyway. So, one of the oldest ones I believe I have, and I don't know exactly, but this is a Bailey's number 6. And now a lot of my friends will make and take care of these things, and they'll do a brand new. They'll clean it up, make it look like brand new. I'm kind of freaky on that. I don't like to do that. Hey Herb, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you. Welcome. So this one is actually a Craftsman one. I don't know how far back it goes. I have to look it up. It says made in USA too, by the way. It is pretty heavy for a small lathe, small hand plane. Um, they all could be used, by the way. And I basically spent some time cleaning this all up. It was a mess. Um, this one here, I believe, is a Worth. And I don't know, it's kind of like the Craftsman one if you look at it. It almost looks like identical to the Craftsman. It's a little bit different size. It's a little bit longer by about an inch, maybe half an inch or so, but the same idea. This has a bigger tool adjuster on it, but yeah, and what I've done is taken this on a hand planer. Now I left these the way they are. I didn't feel like I wanted to sand these all down. So I can, but, and you all know what block planes are, right? So this one here is kind of unique. Now, it's got a bastard file on it, all right? So I'm trying to figure out if this is made for cars or wood. So you can't take and screw this in here and that and flip it over and use the other side. So, but I don't know if it was made for a car or what, because I worked on car bodies before, like this, and for doing car bondo. But I don't know if I've ever seen anybody use one of these for woodworking. So then there's this, and this has got it's like trim. Okay, so if you look down it, you see it, right? It's got like I don't know if you can see it or not, but this reveal copies whatever you're going to do. Now, if say you're making a baseboard or trim around a window, that's what this is for. Block planes, you guys know block planes, right? So this one here is, you adjust it by this. Believe it or not, you raise that centerpiece there, and that centerpiece comes out, and it holds. There's a screw in it. All right, see the screw. So what it does is it holds the I might have it on backwards. It holds the knife edge in place but and I don't know where this is from. Now, some of these sometimes are imprinted on the ends, and I have never seen one on here or the other one. I looked all around, and I think it's a common occurrence with this. I don't know, but anyway, and this the groove here is so that the screw rides in that, and you put your wedge in there. Pretty unique. Okay, so then this is a pretty good sized one, a block plane, and I believe this one's stamped on one end. I just don't remember which end it is. You can barely see it. I think it's right here. But it has a, well, there it is. It's Worthington. Wait a minute, W. Butcher. That's, they even said it warranted. I can take this back. It says it's warranted. No, anyway, same idea. You adjust your teeth with, your blade, I should say, and put this in there. Okay, so this one here is this one's pretty good. This is the longest one I've got. It's pretty heavy, and I think this one's the one that has a stamp on the end of it right here. Stanley. This one's a Stanley. Don't know what number it is, but I have Stanley here, number 10, 110. Stanley number 110. And I'm working on one over here. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with these. Now I just got these today. All right, so this is a Stanley number 220. See, it needs a lot of work, right? And then this one's an old Craftsman one. That's an old Craftsman one. Now, so this one needs some work. It's butchered a little bit. But again, you can take this off. I use my wire wheel on my grinder, and then wire brush it. And what I'll do is I'll restore it. Now, this is really rough. It needs a lot of work. A lot of work. You see how rusty it is? My big thing, I got this for $10, by the way. So, $15 right here. $10 there, $5 here. $5. So what I did here is I took the blades. This is the push guard for it. This is the actual blade. All right. So now I've got to sharpen this because you can see it's pretty dull. All right. But again, this thing, what you do is you put it in like this. And what that does is that holds that blade down in that hole to a certain point. So that's why you have the screw in the hole to hold it up like that. So, because it sits in there like this. Oh boy! I believe, and then you put that, yeah. Anyway, so I've been working on this. Now, I cleaned this off with some paint in there because I had some paint on it. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of go back over this. I'm just going to try and shine this up a little bit more. I thought about maybe if I made this look like it was brand new, it might be kind of cool. It'd be at least have one. I don't know. So that's what I'm working on. Hey, Germany. Boy, you're up early, aren't you? My Holland friends and my German friends. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, so I'm doing the hand plane thing right now. Now, I wanted to ask you guys, now, what do you do as far as hand planes? Do you guys ever use hand planes? You guys in Europe probably do more than us but how many people actually use hand planes? And do you use stuff like this, or do you use metal ones? And do any of you collect them? Oh, you use them. Good, Layden. I use them when I need to, but I haven't built that much lately, so I've been working on usually turning stuff. So my big thing has been doing a lot of bowls and stuff. But um, I'm making furniture, and I'll probably use it on this thing over here when I get done with it. I gotta get it off. Okay, so this right here is part of a table I'm working on. So I've got this 45 here, and what I plan on doing is 45 in this, right? But one thing I got to do is I have to cut this at an angle because I'm trying to make it. Eventually, it's going to be rounded off. So, and this is going to be taken down more, so it won't be so steep. Now I can only cut so much on my table saw. 45 is as steep as I can get it. So I'm going to end up taking a planer to this, and I'm probably going to do the same thing here. Now this will be at an angle, and this will be at a 45. So that what I'll do is I'll round it off. Eventually, it's going to look like. I'll show you. Like this. Now, when I started out, there's a couple of things in here I altered. Because one is I didn't think I need to put that's what it looked like. It's a hallway table. But I won't have that in the middle. And you see how that is right there? There's a floating pins in there. I'm going to have that in there. And this diagram in the prints, it has this in there. So I'm not going to do that. It's not very big. The top is 29 inches, and it's about let's see how far is this. It's 29 inches tall, so it's about 30 inches tall. But I took the legs. All right, so now I turned the legs. That's what these are right here. And these legs, I think what I did is I cut the wood. Okay, so I pitched the wood. So what I did is, no, you don't want to go this way. You want to go this way. So it's at 5 degrees. Where is it? And it'll be like this. At 5 degrees. I don't know if that'll work. Like that. So basically, it'll be a slight pitch, all right? Now, I have a prototype, so what I'm doing is making that for now. The next one I'm going to make is, I lost everything when I opened the door, is this one. Okay, so this one here is in Hawaii. There's a place up in Waimea that, I think it's on here, it tells you, it's well, it was a Hawaiian wood exhibition. This is made out of koa wood. It's made out of koa wood and some other stuff. But this one's a lot bigger. So I will be making that next. when I go back over to Hawaii, I'll have to make two. There might be another one there. So, but I had to make a prototype for my lathe. Okay, so as you can see, my lathe is clean. I don't have as much dirt on the ground like I did last time you saw it. I re-straightened a bunch of stuff in here, so now I've got all this. I also have my pen set up for this. Okay, so if you guys want to see me make pins one night, I'll do that. But I have to replace the head on here. This comes off. And then I have to take and put the chuck on this side. The thing that's cool is I got the chuck for this to do a drill bit. Now people are asking me, how do you drill a hole in the little square pieces they use to make pins? Well, I did it one way. I used to use it on my drill press with a vise to hold it. And it was kind of a pain in the butt. This way, you put your chuck in, you get it on the right side, you tighten the square piece you're gonna cut or you drill down, and then you take this, as this is turning and you slowly push it. That's how you drill a straight hole. It helps when you get everything that on your lathe that you need, instead of doing it half-assed. So these are my gouging tools in here. My chuck is there. The sanders, back up tool rest, and the rest of the chuck is in there. They've got lots of different sizes. But this thing right here is the other chuck that'll go on here, and this comes off, and then you put your drill bit in there. So that's a rebob. And I've got these old tools. These are old, 100-year-old levels. That's over 100 years old. Although it's got kind of dirty, so I'll have to change it down a little bit. But yeah, and they all work. So I speak a little Dutch, not much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome. I should know all that because I'm Dutch. I'm from Holland, so there you go. And my wife's from Germany, so I'm bad. Anyway, that's what I'm doing now is restoring this stuff. So this one here, I'm basically going to take and sand a little bit, just enough to get the paint and stuff off of it. You can see there's nails and stuff in there. I don't want to use this too much more. And it's split right here, which is not a big deal because this thing is not going anywhere. I tried moving it with my hands and moving it. But it's pretty flat. In here where it's a little bit off. And that's what you got to concern yourself. So what I did, and I was playing with it one day to see if it works right. It was fine. So when you're taking these things apart, if any of you have ever done that, what's the one thing that drives you nuts about doing stuff like this? It's trying to find the stuff that's environmentally sound, unlike paint remover. If you could get stuff to take it off and not damage, the metal, that's the big thing. When I put these back together, there's a metal prep that I'll use. Keeps that nice, and then you can put, you want to put lacquer over the top of it and do that, make it look nice. A lot of these like this, these used to have red in it. The other one that I've got in there, the other Craftsman, it had red lettering in there, but I got to go back over it with the red coloring on it to make it look. I'm trying to make this look like the old Craftsman used to look like. Same thing with Stanley. Now, is this new? Was this originally blue or what was it? So this is where you got to do the research on this stuff. When these planes were made. So it's fun. It's fun. Now I've got a collection of old tools too. So eventually I want to take and do barnwood on all my walls, but some old saws here, some wrenches. I got an old hammer in there. There's old, of course, you've seen the old wrenches up there. You can't use a pipe wrench on the that, and then I got all this stuff here. This is my dad's old. These are my dad's old screwdrivers, and then this is the old an old clamp, old saw. Just some I've got a couple of these old chisels, which are over here, by the way. I have all these chisels over here that are up on my shop in my table here. Those are old gouging chisels. I got a set of gouging chisels to die for. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what I was doing. Tomorrow I'll do a longer show. I'll be working on some stuff. Tonight I just was to show you my planes and show you my collection. I think I've got 10. Well, 10 that work now. The other two that I'm working, it's the other three that I've been working on. So my idea is to make a display case for them, and I'm hoping I do it right here, but I don't know. And for you guys, thanks for watching the Dutchman's Woodchuck. And feel free to send me a message if you know anything about hand planes and how to clean the wood or what they use on the wood or anything to do with them. Let me know, because I'm looking for search of, I don't know what you want to use on a wood to clean it. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Remember, always be creative. Make some sawdust. God bless. Have a great night. Thanks again. Oh, to people in WR, I've got to say thank you to all my Holland friends. Thank you to my German friends and everybody around the world. The Copperheads, WR people, and my friends. God bless. You guys have a great night.